This is where we left off when we looked at the competitive tier list for Supervive, but with this new patch coming out, this will be looking completely different. Okay, so to start us off, first of all, in competitive play, if you're good enough, if you're the highest level, Oath is now gutted. It is like so far down. The reason why he's so bad now is because how you punish him makes it a lot easier to play the game in general. His CC is down, his healing is down, and his shield uptime is down. And to regain his shield, he needs to hold up a shield, and people that are good will be able to punish that a lot harder, making sure that maybe even you can argue he's down here. Like, I think Oath will struggle a lot. His kit is still good overall, his ult is still good, but like, Oath meta is over. The second thing that is instantly worth noting is that Seth also got nerfed. He's not a must pick either. I think Oath and Seth, the combo was like you need to have it. Now, like Seth wasn't hit as hard as Oath, so I mean, like Seth goes down. We'll probably fix this as well, but like he goes down, but he's not like B tier bad. He's still good. His healing is down, and his R&B needs more time to like use it in a row, but he's still really good. They didn't touch his damage. His kit is still good, and is really nice to have in competitive setting. Now, one thing that instantly goes up, I think Jewel is back. Like, Jewel struggles with range and with Oath. Now, I do think there are some range hunters that can still punish Jewel, but I think her kit is just really, really strong. Now, one thing that happens, though, is that when Oath goes down, Celeste goes up. Now, the reason why Celeste goes up is because of the control aspect she gives, but she really just got neutralized by Oath, and that's why Celeste fell back. Like, Celeste was the pick of every comp before Oath became a thing, but then Oath became buffed. He was in a good spot where he took over the meta for like 6 months basically. Now Oath is so hard nerfed that Celeste will be back for sure. I don't think Celeste by herself like is broken on her kit and her damage, but what she brings from value and control is so unmatched that you kind of need to have Celeste in the comp. But I think that's cool because she isn't broken, but she's in the aspect of the hunter needs to be there. But with this, I also think Kingpin goes down because Jewel is really good against KP. KP can play against Jewel, but it's extremely hard, and good Jewel players will outplay KPs in most case scenarios. Celeste also really good against KP with a wall block, with the outrange and ult to cancel out a lot of what KP wants to do. I would even argue KP probably goes like down here. He's still an A tier, he's still a high tier pick, but he goes down because of this. Now, other changes that goes up. Void goes high up. The reason why I don't put him in S tier is because he has his limitations of how you can play around him. He has a lot of things that can be abused, but the reason why he goes up is because of the pairing of Celeste and Void is insanely good if you're well versed in playing Void. He's a hard hunter, really hard hunter, but if you play around this, I think maybe this can be like one of the strongest comps you can go. What I will say that one thing I'll fix is that my idea, the theory I have, this is like pre-comp, but making stuff around it. I think you still want the healer in your comp if you can, and Seth isn't bad by any means, but I do think the potential best comp you can get, potentially, is Jewel, Celeste, Void, Seth. I think that's potentially one of the best comps you can go. Now, but something will then counter this. Because of Oath being such a neutralizer in all points, other stuff go up from the bottom tier. I think one hunter that goes up that will be more prevalent against these hunters is Brawl. I don't think Brawl is up here in A tier, but I think he goes like top B tier, like maybe top B tier for now. I think he has his clear counterpoints in which you can play against with these, but when you pair Brawl with other hunters, I do think he has a lot of space you can play around with it. Other things that I do think go down with this, Hudson also got nerfed. I didn't really think Hudson was good before that, but he got nerfed. He's even worse now. I do think that I would rather have Oath than still Shrike and Felix probably. Now with this, I do think Ghost will struggle more because he's better in more controlled environments. But with the range, the output, sure he can play in the range comp, he can play with more chaotic environments, but I think he struggles more, which makes him down. And maybe then actually I will argue that Brawl is up here. Now with this, the reason why it doesn't go further up is because I think there's clear things on how you can counter Brawl, but I do think this is more of a sentiment of how it will look. I still think Myth is going to be high tier. I think Bishop is still going to be good up here. And I think the top S and A tier is probably what you will be seeing most. I do think if you want to be making an all-in comp, I think you can make the argument of having Jewel, Celeste, Brawl, and KP on the comp, with playing more with all-in power to counter the range that we probably will see more. So a lot of more mix between all of these hunters in the top row we'll see, but it will not be oh Seth, oh Seth, oh Seth, oh Seth. I think we have a lot more option. I think you can build easy comps around Celeste, build comps around Jewel. I don't think you must have Jewel in every comp. That's why I probably would argue that Celeste is like kind of a must pick. You want to have it in every comp, but because of how strong her kit is, you can also argue she's a little bit lower. But I do think like building around Jewel or building around Celeste will be top tier comps in competitive play. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys will be checking out the scrims and hopefully tournaments that will be coming in next year. But if then, I'll see you around. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.